How's it hanging, dudes? My name is Sean, and welcome to Humanity First and another Andrew Yang video. And if you don't know, tonight is the debate night. That's right. So, will it end the Yang media blackout? Yes, if Yang comes out swinging. I want to give you my thoughts and stuff, but let's go ahead and check out this. NPR has this little article that says Democratic debate. What you need to know about Wednesday's face-off. Amid a slew of public impeachment hearings, Democratic presidential candidates are gathering in Atlanta to debate once again. This round also comes less than 3 months before the for the first primaries and caucuses. So it's definitely going to be key. This debate is definitely going to be something that Andrew Yang is out in. His campaign's kind of taking this more presidential look, especially with the ads and stuff, and that's good for Iowa and stuff like that. He needs to be able to be comparable to people that they're used to caucusing about, right? So, but when he comes out on the debate, he needs to go back to UBI. He needs to attack the other people hard. So they have a host. How to watch the live stream of the debate. MSNBC and the Washington Post are hosting the debate, which is scheduled to start at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Last for 2 hours. You will be able to watch the broadcast on MSNBC and will stream on MSNBC.com, Washington Post, as well as the NBC News and Post mobile apps. Blah blah blah. So that's how you can check it out. But MSNBC, they haven't been too kind to Yang. If you seen my last, my last blackout video, it's not looking too good for Andrew Yang because the establishment is not necessarily in his favor, and we all know that. So which candidates will be there? We list all of them: Biden, Booker, Buttigieg, Gabbard, Harris, Klobuchar, Sanders, Steyer, Warren. All of them that have a significant polling, especially the front runners, and then they put Andrew Yang at the very bottom. It's just like adding insult to injury. Why is it? I don't know why Andrew Yang is always the last. I mean, he polls just as high as Tulsi and higher than Kamala Harris, just as high as Amy Klobuchar. You know what I mean? It's just like, Anyways, two candidates who debated in October will not be on stage this time. Former Housing Secretary Julian Castro, who did not reach the threshold, and former Texas Republican Beto O'Rourke. Man, people like Beto and Cory Booker receive so much more airtime comparable to the other candidates, and it's kind of sad when you think about it, because there's a lot of people, much like Bernie Sanders and Andrew Yang and Tulsi Gabbard, who speak truth to power. They don't really like that too much, you know what I mean? So they're not going to give them as much airtime. And the thing is with Bernie, as I've said before, he supported Hillary. I mean, you supported corruption once, and if you did it once, you'll do it again. So, you might be people's fallback, man, but they're only your first choice because they haven't really opened their ears to listen to people like Andrew Yang yet. So that's all it is. So who is moderating and what is the format? Running the show will be Rachel Maddow, who's showed a little love to Andrew Yang, but she's a wild card. You know what I mean? Andrea Mitchell, NBC News chief foreign affairs correspondent; Kristen Welker, NBC News White House correspondent; and Ashley Parker, a post White House reporter. So, as NBC News has reported, the host will ask a balanced number of questions to each candidate. I love how the NPR puts that. Even the NPR puts that in air quotes. A balanced number of questions. We'll be watching to make sure that it's a balanced number of questions and that they get balanced amount of airtime, at the very least, right? To each candidate. There will be 4 segments. Candidates will have 75 seconds to answer direct questions and 45 seconds for follow-ups, as allowed by the moderators. In the last debate, Warren ended up with far more speaking time than the usual candidates. I wonder why. It's because she was over Pete. They're pushing her as their fallback establishment candidate. Because she will support the corruption when it comes down to it. You ain't even gotta coax her into it. You know what I mean? She's right there with it. Even though she's lefty, it means she'll just cave to leftist interests and leftist lobbyists and stuff like that. And just because they're leftist doesn't make it. Just because you might agree with some of their policy doesn't make it right that you meddle in the elections and influence these politicians giving big money. Even if I agree with the issue and you're giving big money, I'm still against it. So Buttigieg. Wait, hold on. Where are we at? Get caught up with what's happened since the last round. Former Massachusetts Governor Patrick last week. Blah, 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 blah. Bloomberg considering Republican primary. Mark Sanford, Democratic. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, Buttigieg has taken Warren's place as a surging candidate at the moment. Well, that might end with this debate because, first of all, Andrew Yang, as well as other candidates, Andrew Yang needs to come out and he needs to go swinging on Pete Buttigieg, calling him out for his South Carolina shenanigans. Any of you don't know, I have a video on my channel about Pete Booty and how he swindled about 400 people into supporting a an endorsement for his Frederick Douglass plan, which is supposed to help African Americans, black people, and their black communities thrive and grow stronger, right? Well, it's rife with corruption, and out of the 400 people who supposedly endorsed his plan, half of them were white, and the other half were did not even support whatsoever. And then the 3 high-name profile people who supported actually had come out and said that they did not support B. Buttigieg. Only one person actually supported the plan, but did not ever give him any sort of acknowledgement or go ahead as to use them as supporters. And then he released a statement saying that, well, if you have to opt out of the support via email by 4 o'clock that afternoon, or you are a supporter. Like, who does that? What? Anyway, so they need to attack him on that. Andrew Yang needs to come out and attack Sanders for supporting Clinton and cast that doubt. Is he worthy to be a president? I mean, if you support corruption once, you'll support corruption again. They will whittle you down. If you'll support her that quick, they will whittle you down. You will not get anything passed, and if you do, it'll be watered down just like Obamacare, since you're a one-issue candidate with your Medicare for All stuff. Andrew Yang is not a one-issue candidate. He needs to point that out. Let's see, who else? Warren, Medicare mandate. She's trying to copy him with UBI. Pocahontas. You know what I mean? You just go down the list of things to attack her on, and that's what he needs to do. Andrew needs to come out strong. And he needs to come out swinging, and stick to automation and how they're taking away our jobs. Use Walmart as an example. My wife was just at Walmart today, and she had to wait in a long line because not only was the self-checkout line full, but they only had 2 other lines with humans open. It's just horrible. Like, why would you do that? You have all these checkout lines and 2 people working. It's just a way to cut back on cost, and man, you know what I mean? It's sad. It really is. McDonald's is trying to automate their drive-through system. It's just, it's sad, and I think Andrew Yang really needs to stick to those talking points and attack the other people every chance he gets. He needs to show all the other people's supporters why they aren't as good as they are. He doesn't need to be too confrontational, but he does need to come out swinging. That's what I hope happens, and that's what would end the blackout. If he says some stuff and exposes some of these candidates for what's going to happen with them, what they're doing on their day-to-day basis, how they're running their campaigns, and he exposes them for all the stuff that's open common knowledge that we all know, he will be in the headlines for a long time to come. He's already meeting the standards for the December debate, and I think he's got just like one more threshold to meet, I think, or he has met. I don't know. Anyway, he's going to be in the December debate, that's for sure. He's rising in the polls. He's starting to steamroll. He needs to come out swinging and make his name in the headlines for at least a few more weeks to come. Right? He needs a good starting point. I think the November debates can do it. December debates, he can come out and he can look more presidential. You know what I mean? He can do that. Oh, and obviously I will be covering the debates and how Yang does and how poorly the other candidates do. I will definitely be covering that. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get it tonight, maybe tomorrow morning, but I'll definitely be looking for that. I think being able to analyze that debate, and if Yang comes out swinging, I think being able to analyze that and definitely show how he corrects some of these people will definitely do good for him. He needs to come out and do good with this. This debate is definitely going to be crucial, and so fingers crossed, guys. Let's hope he does this. November debates, it's crucial. You know what I mean? He needs to get up there. He really does, because January and February is coming up, man, and it's getting down to nitty gritty, and the media is not favoring Yang whatsoever, and he's already steamrolling. And if he could do a lot more better, if they give him fair coverage like they said they're going to do, right? So I doubt that they will. So any of those of you who are interested, you can go right here. Over here. See right here? See right there? Yep. This right here. You can go right over here, and you can join Discord, and you can hang out with us, and you can talk Yang, and you can do all kinds of different stuff. You know what I'm saying? We have a great time in there, and I'd like to have you there. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Have a great time. We're friends. It's cool. Everything's fine. Don't freak out. And anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.